Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a great day. So I've been looking at a lot of things about, FTX, its collapse, debacle, implosion, whatever word you want to use. But what caught my attention today was Sequoia Capital apologizing to its investors for their $150 million loss. And I sat there and I started, breaking that down a little bit. Sequoia Capital is filled with very smart people that know a lot of stuff. How things should run, how things shouldn't run, what pitfalls are there. They have a strong due diligence process. So when I look at this, I kind of say to myself, you gave $150 million to a company that didn't have a CFO. Full stop. Full stop. $150 million was given to a company that had no CFO. That didn't ring any alarm bells. I'm thinking, and it's rightfully so that they would do this, right? When you invest in a company, the first thing that you start thinking about is, what is your risk tolerance level? What are you thinking about this company? And they weighed the risk and said, okay, we're going to do it. Not that I would do something like that. Not that some of you would do something like that. Not something that my kids would probably do. But there are risk tolerance levels, right? And they have to be determined and then they're acted upon. Simple as that. So even me with saying, hey, I don't, understand how that could happen, that is how it can happen. If you're an investor and you're making investments at that level, you're saying, I'm willing to lose this money. I've got enough bank that I'm willing to lose this money. That's what that means when you make investments. So hopefully you're a smart investor. You've invested in Sequoia Capital. They've made investments. They've made you money. They've lost you money. Hopefully they're swinging for the fences. And more often than not, they win or they get enough of a win to cover whatever losses and bring profit. This is how it works. This is why you must do your own research. That's just me. But that's what I would do. Now, we come to Binance CEO CZ came out with a tweet yesterday saying, well, wait a minute. How does Grayscale have that much coin at Coinbase? And, as of 4 months ago, Coinbase only had, X amount of Bitcoin on hand. Brad Garlinghouse came out, popped him in the mouth, was like, yo, we're in the United States. We're a publicly traded company. There's a whole bunch of shit that we have to do to maintain that standing. And so we do have way more coin than that. Again, publicly traded, a lot of hoops to jump through, a lot of checks and balances because we're based in the United States. Just saying. I want you to pay attention. CZ is a businessman. I don't hate CZ. Smart dude. But he's a businessman. Don't think of him as a saint and savior. He took a risk in saying something about Coinbase. He took a pot shot and he got popped in the mouth for it. It was not a mistake, in my humble opinion. When I look at all the research, my kids' research, it wasn't a mistake. He's a smart guy. He normally doesn't do anything that he hasn't thought about first. He thought about this, gave it thought, gave it hard thought. Probably just forgot that if you're a publicly traded company in the United States, there's a lot to do. All kinds of filings, all kinds of regulators up your tail. There's a lot. There is a lot. Doesn't mean that you can't fail. Doesn't mean that you can't cheat, but it's really hard. It's really hard. So I think he took a pot shot at the wrong company. Just saying. I mean, think about this. Binance has now set up a PAC in the United States because it sounds like they want to fill the void that FTX left. Not to say that they'll make the same investments with the PAC, with their PAC as SBF was doing, but they now have a PAC. Follow the money. Watch what the money does. Just putting that out there for you. But that was a really, really quick snapback by Brad Garlinghouse. Just nah, bruh. I mean, not by Brad Garlinghouse, by Brian Armstrong. Brian Armstrong is the CEO of Coinbase. That was quick. CZ took down the tweet. Oh, we talked and blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. You got popped in the mouth. That's what happened. You came out your face to the wrong crew, and Brian wasn't having it. That's what happened. I'm just going to leave it at that. With regard to Brad Garlinghouse, he said he was out in London a few days ago, and basically was speaking with a couple of people and just said, listen, Ripple is willing to settle with the SEC if we can get clarification on XRP. That to me says, shit or get off the pot. He's literally saying to them, shit or get off the pot. It's been all this time, all this money wasted, and nothing has happened yet. You want to settle? Sure. Give us clarification on XRP, period. By the way, XRP used to be centralized. Now it's not. It's now controlled, for a while now controlled by 150 validators in a network. 150 plus validators in the network. So now what? I mean, SEC, yeah, shit or get off the pot. And right now, the SEC has big problems because Congressman Emmer is saying, listen, I blame the SEC. I blame centralized finance. I blame SBF. But he started with the SEC, Gary Gensler. You're not... Think about this. Gary Gensler took the time to go after Kim Kardashian because she did not quite say or scream at the top of her lungs off a frickin' Mount Everest, this is an ad, I'm being paid for an ad. That's her whole gig. That's her whole gig. And you mean to tell me saying to people, hey, this is an ad, that wasn't enough? No, it wasn't. So she got fined. So you took all the time to go after her, but you didn't see anything going on over at FTX? Seriously? Gary Gensler needs to take many seats, and preferably not in an SEC office. Retire, bud. Just retire. SEC needs to be revamped. They need to be refocused. It should be about creating regulation, taking the time, taking a pragmatic approach to creating transparent regulation that you then educate the public on. Don't keep it secret. Don't hide things. Don't word things in a weird way. Create the guardrails that will help crypto grow. Unless, of course, you don't want crypto to grow, in which case crypto will simply go to other countries. Like Jesse Powell is pointing out. Listen, if you can't get your regulation straight, crypto will simply leave the country. How did FTX wind up in the Bahamas? Well, because the U.S. couldn't get their ish straight, and it was easier to do things and operate in the Bahamas. Start looking at companies that operate in countries that you didn't realize they were based in. You think of them as a U.S. company. They're not. Or you think of them as a whatever company, and they're not. They're based someplace else. Pay attention. Pay very close attention. Now let's get these regulations straight, and let's start innovating. Let's continue innovation. Now, DBS, on this note, DBS Bank has been making big moves, and the latest move that they've done is to become, as they say, become the first Asian bank, the largest in Singapore, to actually go after and work with JPMorgan in using their Onyx network. That is huge. Anyway, let's get to the numbers because I want to talk to you about a couple of things. Or speak with you about a couple of things. So you've got, let me just refresh this real quick as well. I haven't done winners and losers in a long time, and I kind of want to show it to you, right? So these are the losers. Obviously, you only have two major losers that are down there from the coins that I'm looking at on the list. I take the top 25 winners, top 25 losers, and I go through my little review. And then you look at the winners, and you see there's Litecoin. Not one of my favorite coins, but Litecoin is up 24%. Just saying. There are some coins up there. Even Solana is up 17%. Not a project that I'm into. BNB, kind of liking that product. Kind of liking what they're doing with that. It's up 16%. Okay, just look around. Even Helium HNT, who's sitting on Solana, up 14%. Why is that? It's probably because of Bill Ackman's statement yesterday. I commented on that yesterday. So pay attention to these things that are going on right now. All right, Fear and Greed Index still at 22. So again, we are looking at pent up energy that's going to explode upward. It's about when it will explode upward. As you can tell, it's almost unprecedented as to how far we've come with this, right? But I look at this and I kind of go, yeah, this is good stuff. Because to me, for my finances, my kids' finances, now's the time that we're getting in. And I'll show you that in a second. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is nowhere near getting back to 17.6, which is the previous low, right? We've got a long way to go. That's not to say that there's not a way that you can make money, right? If you look at where everything is right now, Ethereum is up 6%, Bitcoin is up 4.5%, BNB up 15%. Look at Matic. Matic is up. Doge is up almost 8% at 7.69%. So when you look at these things, even when things go low, you can still make money from there. Of course, you can lose money, but you can make money too, which is why you DCA. That's why you take it and you say, I have X amount of money as a budget, and I'm going to put that money to work for me over the course of time. That's what I do. That's what I teach my kids to do. Because hopefully by the time they're my age, I'm old, they'll have enough money in the bank to not have to worry. Teach them the skills now so that they know what to do later, right? Teach them what you know, not just, how to take a shower, how to moisturize, all that good stuff, but teach them about finance. We do a poor job at teaching about finance, about investing, those kinds of things. And we need to step up our game. And that's why I shoot these videos, to help teach my kids things. Again, my kids don't always have time. They've all got busy schedules, but the videos enable them to look at this whenever they so choose. Hence, I'm passing along how I research, why I research, where I research, what I'm investing in. And then they drop me little notes. Hey, look, I'm looking at this one. This is why I'm looking at it. This is how I think it is. Quick little boom, 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 boom. But it's that communication that counts. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. Hope you have a great day. I hope this helps you develop how you're going to do your own research. Have a good one. Bye-bye.